What's up, guys? Welcome to day 5 of Daily Meditations. I hope all of you had a great Sunday, doing whatever you were doing with your church, whether that was listening to a live stream or even going to a parking lot service or whatever you're doing. I hope it was an encouragement to hear the word preached. Today I would like to talk about God's sufficient grace. The song I'd like to share with you is actually a song that I sang with my family today in family worship. The song is called Grace Amazing. It is written by Andy Gleiser. And I just really like specifically the second verse. In the bitter wake of failure, bound by guilt, I cannot stand. Though unworthy, I find favor as I view his nailed scarred hands. In the cross of Christ I glory, for his blood remains my plea. By his all-forgiving mercy, he gives grace relentlessly. Grace amazing, grace sustaining, grace unveiling, Christ above, grace astounding, grace abounding, grace surrounding me in love, grace surrounding me in love. We're going to fail. It's no question. It's just part of who we are. We are going to stumble. And we are not worthy of the grace that has been given to us. But that is why it's a gift. Our salvation that we're given, again, we do not deserve it, but it is by grace that through Christ alone that we can have it. And it's just something we can be encouraged by. That in the cross of Christ I glory, not in ourselves, not that we could do anything, but it's through the grace that is amazing. And it's through that grace that we are continually sustained. And it is to Christ's glory. And it is bounding. And it is surrounding us. The way we live, it could not be done without grace. It is grace that is surrounding us in love. Again, I would like to share another one of my favorite verses. It's 2 verses. 2 Corinthians 12, 9 and 10. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong. This story that Paul was talking about is he got to see what heaven was truly like. And as a result, to keep him humble, God gave him a thorn in the flesh. We don't exactly know what that specifically was, but we know that God had given it to him. And Paul, just like we had learned last night, God wanted us to call out our cares and anxieties to God. Paul called out 3 times for the Lord to remove this thorn. And God said no. And that's okay. Because God wanted Paul to see that God's grace is sufficient. Not our strength, not anything we can do, but God's grace alone is what is sufficient. So we can boast in our weaknesses. We can do that because even then we are needing more grace and strength from God. God has all the power and God gives grace every day. And that is something we can find encouraging because when we are weak, then we are strong. Not with our strength, but with God. Because with God, all things are possible, and God strengthens us. We can do all things through God who strengthens us. Not that we have any strength. God continually gives us strength. So when we are weak, God is strong. And when we are strong, God is still strong. We can have trust that God's grace is sufficient for our lives. It is all we truly need. We need God's grace. Soli Gloria, and God's got it.